You might have guessed what this episode's about.
On today's episode of At Home with GKR Motor Cars, car show season is here. GKR is revving up to be a proud sponsor of the local cars and coffee for the 2025 season. Then we're shifting gears over to the Man Show. What's that, you ask? The best way to describe it is the ultimate showcase of everything man. And you guessed it, GKR brought its biggest custom build yet. Finally, if that wasn't enough, we're giving you the full look at the stunning 1969 Chevy Camaro. A true classic that embodies power, elegance, and timeless charm. You don't want to miss a second of today's exciting adventures. So take a seat, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Dang, already so many people here, and Cars and Coffee 2025 starting off pretty hot. I guess when you get the first Cars and Coffee of the year, and 50 degrees plus with sun out, that'll happen. There are a lot of cars here. It's literally just like 8 o'clock. Dang, heck yeah. All right, so at the end of season last year, 2024, we bought the rights to the local Cars and Coffee, which has a pretty big following here. Lots of cars that you just don't see out and about, but everybody likes to come out between 8 and 10, third Saturday of every month, and we thought, why not buy it, put our logo on it, talk about GKR. We've got some other sponsors. All of our money goes to charities, so why not make it bigger? All right, so we're here at the KCMQ Man Show. It's an event every year which kind of has man-centric things, so hunting, fishing, cars, power sports, all that fun stuff, tools. Yeah, I've been checking out the tools. But today we're unveiling the 69 Camaro project to its owner for the first time in all its entirety. He's in bits and pieces, you know, along the way, but we're just so excited to show it off today. And you know, there's been lots of blood, sweat, and tears so far, but there's gonna be a lot more tears today and hugs, and it's going to be, I don't know, I'm kind of getting nervous now in front of the camera right now, because I don't know what's going to happen today. I don't know, it's going to be great though, so we just can't wait. I think the owner and myself are both ready just to get this over with. Thank you so much for coming out today to the KCMQ Man Show. Today's a pretty big day for a lot of people. GKR, its employees who... So apparently you guys are the lucky ones that got to hear the speech, because the speaker we had, you're holding that microphone, it was too loud in there, nobody could hear my speech, so hope you enjoyed it. Can't thank them enough for everything they've done on this build and everything else they do on the other builds. And most importantly, Bart Stanley over here. You need to come over here right now. You need to get out of the crowd. I'm gonna single you out. So he owns this very cool car that's under this cover. I don't really know where to start with this build, but Bart came to us with a pretty high level vision, some goals that he wanted out of this car. One of them being, you know, if I wake up one morning and the wife and I want to drive all the way to Mount Rushmore and not have to worry about anything, that's what we want. I go, well, let's go LS. Let's let's make this a new car that looks like a 69 Camaro. So if you don't know, we call those resto mods. And that's what we built. High-end custom, front to back. It's got so much. I wish you could see this thing up on a lift to see every single nook and cranny, because that's what we do. We're proud of every single nook and cranny. He trusted us with making so many decisions too on like the small things. So he had a kind of a base idea of color, interior and exterior, and we kind of helped pull that vision all together as one package. And I even took some liberties on some things that I think his wife might be a little upset with me for. Whoops. But they look good. This might have cost a little more. But when we talk about this car, we talk about the history with him in it. And he last drove this car on July 13th, 1991, when he blew the motor, drag racing, right? And you still have that time slip, right? How many minutes and seconds? 980, eighth mile? Well, it's gonna be a lot faster than that. Well, you still have to wait to drive it though, because it's not quite ready. It doesn't have brakes right now. So I don't know if you've ever gone to like the SEMA show in Vegas. They have this thing where they have Bluetooth drive shafts because they're not done, because you kind of rush these things at the last minute to get them just looking good. And we pulled it in without brakes last night, which was fun, scaring these guys to death. Like, stop driving, let's just push it. I'm like, no, let's just drive it in. So, without further ado, you have to wait a couple more weeks, but after some fine tuning, today you get to see your old friend reimagined for another 40 years of enjoyment. So guys, let's see it. Everly, come here. Classic, my daughter trying to steal all the thunder. If you're lucky enough in life, you get presented with an opportunity to show what you can do with your talents. And I gotta say, the team here at GKR, this car right here gave us that opportunity. By far, is this the biggest, coolest, most badass car we've ever built. And I gotta say, we are so extremely proud of it. So why don't we check it out? All right, so we're on the ground. We're not gonna put this on a lift and show you all the cool underparts of this car, so let's just kind of talk about them. My favorite thing is suspension. I like going around twisties, and fun roads and road courses, track day kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I love drag racing, but I'm more of a Grand Prix kind of guy. So the suspension setup on this, is it set up for Grand Prix?
Definitely more so for that than straight line. I'm a straight line kind of guy though. I like to get there quick, like it in a hurry.
I mean, it'll hold just fine for straight line, don't get me wrong. I mean, what kind of suspension we got under there?
Coil all four corners. Got a 9-inch in the rear with the 3 links, 2 lateral bars with a panhard bar.
Torque arm,
yeah. Subframe connectors.
Subframe connectors. I mean, this thing is stout, you know, without completely like redoing the entire chassis. This is about as close as you get to pro touring, you know, without that whole brand new, just complete fabrication and going into like the stratosphere on price and cost.
Definitely the next best thing.
You know, it's mostly bolt-on. I mean, we did a few little cuts here and there. I mean, we had to do a little bit of framework to make it all work, which also included the the mini tubs.
Yep.
So, you know, mini tubs, we wanted to put bigger meat back there. And we still have more room back there if we want to do something bigger. We didn't quite go there just because we didn't want too much of an offset. There is an offset in the front and rear here. But yeah, disc brakes, they are from a C6 Corvette. It's got the C6 hub style, easily replaceable, not a spindle. You know, it just, you go buy brakes for a C6 Corvette. What else? I mean, drivetrain wise, it's pretty, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
It's gonna hold the corners pretty well. I mean, I've got a 2017 Grand Sport Corvette, which is kind of what I'm benchmarking against when I go test drive this, kind of see, you know, what
Comparison, yeah.
what that looks like.
Close.
I think it'll be pretty close. I mean, weight-wise, they're not too far off, which is surprising. You would think Corvette's way lighter, but these new Corvettes, they've got so much crap in them.
Oh yeah, they're getting heavy again.
Computers and coolers and all these things. I mean, they get heavy, but it's got the same transmission as my Corvette, an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters, which you'll see when we get to the interior. Different motor. Let's go check that out though, because we can see that. All right, so you've kind of seen a little bit what we got going on in here, and it's a lot of cool. So it is an LS3 all aluminum block. Can't remember exactly what it's out of, but it was completely rebuilt, custom built per the buyer's specs. You know, we go with these clients, we go to our motor builder, and we just sit down, we kind of go through goals. You know, what do we want out of this car? Do you want it to be absolutely crazy and wild and a monster? Do you want it to be super duper efficient and, you know, just as roadworthy and touring as possible? Do you want a middle ground? And that's kind of what we, you know, got with this one. Pretty much not a mild cam, but medium cam, kind of middle of the ground. It's got a little bit of rumble, a little bit of low, but nothing too crazy, enough to make it sound like a 60s muscle car from an LS modern motor. And I mean, it came out so great. You know, we're probably gonna be around 500, just shy of that at the crank maybe. There's gonna be plenty of motor for this car, the weight of this car, and the transmission and everything behind it. You know, it's a very healthy motor, don't get me wrong. You know, in the world of 1,000 horsepower numbers being thrown out there and EVs and all that stuff, like 500 may not seem like much, but it's plenty for this. It's a heck of a lot more than it came with factory, and a heck of a lot more than it had when the owner blew the last motor while drag racing. So it's gonna be a lot faster. You know, we kind of went with the black theme. You know, this exterior green is a darker green, and especially without too much light, it's just a very dark. So we wanted to keep that flow going in here. Yeah, I mean, how about this motor? What do you think? I mean, it sounds amazing.
I love it. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it in my Impala. I don't think he's gonna go for it, but.
I mean, we'll put an LS in the Impala, why not? No, I think, you know, the blend of colors in here just really came in, you know. I mean, this is an engine bay, it's gotta look cool when you pop the hood. You know, you go to a car show and you pop this hood, you want people to be like, wow, that's pretty freaking cool. And that's I think what we accomplished here. It looks like, you know, a classic valve cover without the coils. We kind of hid them underneath this aftermarket, you know, valve cover setup. And it just got all the modern amenities, you know. I mean, it's got rack and pinion down there, and power steering, cold air intake, you know, a radiator that, you know, this thing will never get above 200, I don't think, unless you're really pushing it on track or something like that. I just gotta say, this motor, this engine bay, everything about this front half of this car is just pure mwah. Mwah. Indeed. So on the exterior, I mean, the obvious thing is the green. Custom paint job done by yours truly over there, Jason. He laid this down. We put a lot of clear on this.
Yes.
Didn't we?
Yes.
What, 5 or 6 layers?
Better safe than sorry, you know.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. I mean, you can never put too much clear as long as you do it right. because you know we can always come back and cut and buff and really let's like get this flat. And you know, the B-roll you're probably seeing here and there throughout this video just doesn't do it justice. I mean, right now what I'm looking at is just, whew, it is amazing. But the green, I mean, it's a Jaguar British Racing green from like late 90s, early 2000s. I'm sure it was on some ugly car that they made then, but on this car, it's perfect. And the client is, you know, him and I are just, I mean, we still can't, I can't even put into words if you can't tell how much we love this green. It's just a perfect, perfect green. We're probably gonna use it on a lot more cars. But what else have we done out here?
If you don't know these cars, you may not have noticed shaved drip rails. We got those cleaned up, looking super sexy.
Oh yeah, I love what you did.
Ugly, yeah.
I love how you have just a little bit of a lip to where it's not flat and a sharp corner. It's a perfect little lip right there. I mean, it came out so well.
Yeah, it took a lot of research to kind of figure out how everybody was doing it and to get the right look for it, but I think
a lot of hours.
Great.
You won't believe how many hours are in that, making that look perfect.
Yeah, just in that. That's been fun.
Lots of little tiny, little like 1/4-inch sand blocking. Oh yeah, I remember.
Very tedious. Then come back a little further and we removed some seams in the body here where the rear cowl would have came to the quarter panel, welded that up, ground it down
and
flat.
On the back taillight tray, I mean, that whole back
around
there,
the back trim here, that's all been welded in and cleaned up.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
it
all
look
smooth.
much better.
Speaking of smooth, I mean, I'm not going to touch it because I'm too scared, but it's a nice smooth right here with the flush mount glass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've said multiple times that kind of just sets this whole thing off. It just brings it, it makes it look modern. I mean, it's still a 69 Camaro, but it's modern. And it really just kind of, I don't know, it kind of like puts the bow on the top.
It
really
brings all those little fine touches together, I think.
It makes everything else we've done feel rich and power, you know, just like that. It just completes it. And then I came up with the Cerakoted trim. I found a color that works well. That gray, I mean, that gray is perfect with this green. It just hits perfect. And then we added one more contrast, which is the front rear lip.
Yep.
You may not see it from like a full body shot, but the rear spoiler and the front chin spoiler are technically different colors, and they are a color I pulled off of my 2017 Grand Sport.
Oh, nice.
The trim on that is this Carbon Flash Metallic.
I didn't realize
GM
that.
color.
I love that color though.
And that black with that just, I mean, it is deep, deep, deep pearl and metal flake. I mean, it's subtle and people don't notice it until they really look at it. But it's just perfect. I mean, it is. You know, and when we even kept factory taillights just because we wanted to keep a few nostalgic things in there. We don't want to go too LED
too
flat
modern with it.
lights, you know. I mean, we want to keep some cool classic feel to it because
like that
it's still,
retro.
Exactly. It's a nice blend and mix. I mean, obviously, you know, this is kind of more like a modern Pro Touring little divot right there. But the wheels, they're, you know, a classic mix of modern and classic. But this green, we sprayed it, we put it down, and then you know my favorite part of a car, the interior.
Definitely.
We laid this green down, and that's when I picked out colors for the interior because the interior and the exterior do blend, they do contrast, and they do have to work together. And we found a perfect fabric to match this green. Let's go check it out. I'm very excited. All right, so the interior, it's no lie. You may know, may not know, one of my favorite places in a car, but that's where you are when you're driving the car, is the interior. So I like to feel like I'm in the right place when I'm driving a car, and that starts with a custom design. And if you look through some of the B-roll, you will see just how much we've done in here. Custom door panels, custom center console, custom seats, custom steering wheel, and behind that steering wheel is paddle shifters. You know, that the drivetrain, we've talked about it, but we've got paddle shifters in a 69 Camaro, and it just, I don't know, you never would have thought that that would be something that would be perfect, and it really is though. It's just so cool to have this here. You know, we kept the classic you know, radio look, but it's the modern, you know, style that has Bluetooth and great reception, and actually has amplifier built in to power, you know, 4 speakers, which we've got in kick panels in the rear. You know, it's a modern car in here, and just looks nice and clean, but it still feels like a '69 Camaro. That we left just enough in here to make it feel like, you know, you're at home in a '69 Camaro. But when you drive this thing, you feel like you're just going in a new Camaro. It's just such a great blend of just modern and classic that, you know, I don't really know how to explain on a video right now, because it's just something special. All right, so can you tell how much I love this interior? This car, what we've done with this car. But, you know, I'm gonna shut up so you can see a little more B-roll video montage of this amazing interior. So get excited. That interior, I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, we know how you are.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we haven't even started it for them yet, have
Gotta
we?
give the people what they want, man. Come on.
Let's start it.